All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim that are preaching this word in all truth and sincerity. This is Matthew 12 and verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So what you see here in this video, which is titled On Cam, Greenland Turns on Trump, Arctic streets explode as Europe warns U.S. to back off. NATO war. And these are Edomites. These are so-called white people. All right, the so-called Caucasoid race. Okay, the so-called white race are known as the Edomites in the Bible. They are Esau Edom, which the word Edom, Adawam in Hebrew, means red. Nobody is actually white. Okay, we're all different shades of brown and different shades of red. Now, you do have Israelites that are scattered amongst Edomites as well. So this is not a color thing. Okay, we don't just look at you and give you a nation based off face value. Okay, we are the true prophets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We have the understanding of the scriptures, and we know through the scriptures that Israel was scattered amongst all nations. Okay, it said Solomon had, 300 wives and 700 concubines. As a matter of fact, for truth's sake, let me get a scripture real quick. All right. This is 1 Kings chapter 11 and verse 1 from the top. It says, But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, Ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, which were Israelite women, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. You see, so Solomon himself dealt with Edomite women, and Solomon was a king. Okay, for all you niggas out there who are saying that you can't deal with other women, all right, who would have dared you in that day to have said something against the king? Okay, you would have got your ass hung on the gallows, man. Okay, you would have got your head chopped off. All right, and for those of you that don't know, okay, Solomon is actually Yahweh Shai in the pre-generation. All right. Remember how the Lord talked about how there wouldn't cease to be an heir to sit on the throne of David. Okay. And then it tells you that our Lord, Yahweh Shai, came out of the seed of David. All right, didn't a demon say, oh, son of David? All right. So you see that these Edomites, man, I kind of went a little off topic, but, sometimes you got to go into the history of things and expound more on the things that we say. But you see right here is Greenland, NATO, okay, which NATO and the EU makes up the beast, all right, which is an alliance of Edomite countries that come together, to control the world. They're an alliance. If war breaks out, that they come and help each other. And they also aligned, most importantly, is to keep themselves from going to war against each other. World War I and World War II, all right, were Edomite countries at war. Okay. So the NATO members that I've heard of coming in to help Greenland was Denmark, Germany, and France. All right. And let's listen to some things that these Edomites are saying.
The orange dictator in the U.S. who is trying to bully his way to undermine the sovereignty of the Greenlandic people and take away their right to decide who they want to be part of.
You had that Edomite right there called Trump the orange dictator. Okay. You got signs that it's going to say MAGA, and it says make America go away. All right. Yankee go home.
Well, I mean, a tariff of 25% is nothing against the free world, is it? I think that's the way you have to look at it. This is a fight for freedom. It's for NATO. It's for what everything the Western Hemisphere has been fighting for since World War II.
You see that? Because there's going to be a World War III. All right. This man's kingdom is divided. Okay. And the Lord Yahushua said, look, every kingdom, every city, every place that's divided against itself shall not stand. Okay? We are in the end of this devil's kingdom. And when you read in the New Testament, it says that, he comes after the working or in the working of Satan, man. He is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay, how is this place going to continue on much longer if these Edomites start developing that World War mind that they had back in the day? Okay, those divisions that caused war. Okay, Russia said, Putin said that if America actually goes into Greenland, this is going to bring about the end of the world. Okay, that's what Putin said. And what he's saying is, if America goes into Greenland and tries to take Greenland by force, what Putin is saying subliminally is that that's going to cause a world war. Okay, that's going to stir up World War III. And if these countries see that there's division amongst Esau, they're going to get ready a preemptive strike. Okay? A premeditated strike to attack this place while it's confused. Here it is, you got people worried about the fucking Super Bowl, but don't know what's going on in Greenland. Okay, you got a lot of these American idiots, these Babylonians, that don't even know what really took place in Venezuela. Okay? That don't see the graphic, horror of the weapons that Esau's used on the Venezuelan people, man. And he's been doing this. All right, Venezuela wasn't the first time. Okay, he was going around committing genocide on the so-called Puerto Ricans, spaying the women. Okay, the Tuskegee experiments that he was doing at Judah, all right, which are the so-called African Americans, and the so-called Puerto Ricans are the tribe of Ephraim. Okay, what he did to Zebulon, the people in Panama, when he was melting them with fucking with those direct energy weapons. Okay, but this guy, it's his turn now. Okay, his reign of terror is ceasing. But there will be civil war. Okay, there will be civil war. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 11, and from the top. 2nd Esdras, chapter 11, verse 1. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. All right, now that eagle was talking about Rome. Okay, it's going into the history of Rome. But the eagle itself, okay, the Romans used as an emblem, a mascot, okay, to represent them in their kingdom. Like for Israel example, you'll see a lot of jakes with like lions, on their garments, paintings of lions. Even the Lord had artifacts and statues of lions, okay, that were crafted in special places. The temple, before the Holy of Holies, by the ark, there would be lions, bulls and lions and, these different animals. Well, Esau uses the eagle as a mascot. America used it. Ancient Edom used it. Rome used it. The Germans used it. All right, it's the same thing. Okay, look at this. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. And you can see all these, countries and symbolism and emblems of, the eagle being used by Esau Edom. The top left would be Germany. The second one with the SPQR, that's Rome. Okay, so on and so forth. All right, they all use that eagle. And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth, and all the winds of the air blew on her, and were gathered together. Because Rome spread her wings, okay, its wings over all the earth at the time. Okay, all the earth, the known world during the Roman Empire was under, Edomite Roman control. Okay, and all the winds of the air blew on her and were gathered together. All nations at the time, all that region and peoples around there, they became subjects of the Romans, man. Now look at America. Okay, America is Rome all over again. All right, and America got what? This place is a great melting pot. All the winds, all the nations have came here. All right, now let's jump to verse 12. And let's going into some other, part of Roman history. But if you've read into Roman history, you know that there was civil wars amongst them. And this is 2nd Esdras chapter 12, verse 27. For the 2 that remain shall be slain with the sword. For the sword of the one shall devour the other, but at the last shall he fall through the sword himself. You see, and this is going into civil war because those Romans, those Caesars, and people in that political race, they were offing each other, man. Okay. Specifically, in verse 28, it's going into Otho, killing Galba. And then after that, Otho got killed by, I believe, Vitalis. Got taken down by Vitalis. See, these civil wars were taking place amongst the ancient Romans. Okay, amongst Esau, Edom. And they're about to take place again. Okay, amongst this new Roman Empire, this new, beast. Okay, NATO and the EU are going to turn on America, man. It's Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city." Okay, make America great again. Okay, make America go away again. Go away. It says, "which reigneth over the kings of the earth." And it's evident that America dictates and tries to manipulate the people of the world. That's why in Iran that coup was stopped. Okay, when the Iranian came in and investigated, they brought out the truth that, that coup was being stirred up by America and Israel. Okay, that woman, that whore, America. And the beast, once again, is NATO and the EU, which America is part of NATO. Okay, but the majority rules, and the majority is going to come against America, man. All right, you got even its closest neighbors, which are part of the beast, which is Canada, saying, "Fuck this place, man." They're standing with Greenland. So if they go in there, okay, it's going to cause war. All right, a global nuclear war will take place. In every country that has nuclear weapons, ICBMs are going to shoot at this whore America, man. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakwadash. And of course, as always, double honors to our apostles and our elders that rule well at Great Millstone. Shalom.